Pounders, welcome back. Hopping on 5 minutes early. So shout out to you guys that showed up early. We're going to be doing a little BBM 5 draft tonight. But before, we do want to do a review of some of the risers and fallers this past week and who we project to rise and fall. And of course, players like Kendre, they have not reached their bottom price. So maybe talking through some of these end of ADP where they land in the next week after their ADP evens out. But yeah, Kendre is someone that you can get sometimes at 190, but he'll probably level out around around the 180s right now, and even that might be it might just be overthinking it. And with minimal news, who knows? Maybe you buy that dip and then it ends up not being as bad of an outcome. But with that injury specifically, what was really telling was not just like the injury, and he has hamstring injuries in all the way through college, is the coach's reaction to it seeming really pissed off. And you wouldn't typically do this to guys that you believe in or that even have you have a good relationship with, right? So if Kendra had a good relationship with the coach, would he really be going out to the media and saying basically he may not have a roster spot if he keeps getting injured? Probably not. So I don't even think they're on the best of terms, which in itself is not good. That's not good. But QB's risers, Mahomes, this is definitely one you want to get ahead of if you're interested in the Mahomes ADP. And you have Rice rising as well with no suspension incoming, a little more uncertainty there. If Mahomes starts with Rice, Kelsey, Worthy, Hollywood, that's it's gonna be good for Patty Mahomes. Get a nice fast start. But on the other side of things, shouldn't Hollywood Brown probably be falling? I don't know. I'm still fading the Hollywood Brown, but some quick hellos. Dick Brown Line, what's going on, man? Smooth Criminal and Max House getting here early, slapping the like. You guys can too. Each like and all your engagements, the comments afterwards help us get our videos out to more people. And we are doing a 24-hour live stream. If we can reach 2,000 subs before NFL kickoff, guys, we're pacing, and it's too close for comfort. It's too close for comfort. So if you guys enjoy the content, hit subscribe. If you don't, carry on. You talk sports. My audio is choppy. Is it just me? Let me know if let me know if the settings is wonky. Nuts with Mahomes going about Lamar now. That's the thing. I have a shit ton of Lamar. I have a ton of Lamar. It's people that missed out on the old ADP. So it's like FOMO. So people catching up basically on their exposures, and then maybe seeing Rice suspension potential just not happening. A little bit, and you'll get this, and you probably have this with some of your players. You didn't draft them all off season, but now it's looming in the back of your mind, what if, and there was a moment for Khalil Shakir, what if it's Khalil Shakir? And it's probably just not. I will say, good advice, stick to your takes, boys. Stick to your takes, stick to your gut. Leverage your takes when you get that falling ADP or whatever it may be, but stick to those guns all the way through August. Diego says audio is good. All right, perfect. Sharp noise out the gate. Did my voice crack? Why fade Hollywood if Mahomes is eating? Just curious. It's more on the player in the range. I don't love Hollywood in that range. If he was going, in my mind, he should go a few picks before JMO. Lamar is my borderline QB1. I agree with this, big time. I agree with this big time. Other risers, some late QBs, not overly surprising. This one, however, ADP 46 is much more impactful. especially if he continues to rise. It's going to be tougher to get those combinations. Another thing is people pulling Mahomes to the 3-4 turn. We're guilty of it, pairing him with Pickens, and then at the 5-6, getting one of Worthy or Rice. And on one of those teams who got both of them, it's got the double stack with the Pickens bring back. That's fun. That's moving his ADP up as well, sort of ignoring ADP a little bit, reaching like 8 picks. Let's see for fallers. Faller's nothing too bad, 2 picks on McCarthy, but maybe some of the uncertainty with Bo Nix, McCarthy, Drake Mays here as well, but nothing too crazy. CJ Stroud continues to fall, but yeah, you can now get him at a better price in the later rounds, and I would say like in those badgeless rooms, if you have the double stack in Houston, just don't push them. Just grab it at ADP. If you think you're in a sharper room or you're playing high stakes, that's when you can play around with pushing Stroud. If you have that double stack and maybe the Nico team went elite QB with Josh Allen or whatever it may be. Let's hit the running backs. Let's see what we have here. Estimate up 16 spots. He'll continue to rise, probably settle in around 180. I would say he's got probably another 12 picks, pretty easy. Nick Chubb rising. I still think it's team dependent, and if I have Nick Chubb, like I'm very heavily targeting Chuba on those same teams, and I'm curious actually what my pairing of Nick Chubb and Chuba is. I'm sure it's over 50%. Chuba, we think he's going to have a larger role with Brooks returning from his knee injury. Nick Chubb starting potentially slow, but there's been good reports on Nick Chubb. There's been good reports on Dobbins. James Conner, McLaughlin, another Denver RB. Deneric Prince getting some love. And on the other end, you'll see CEH is most likely falling because he's been getting nothing but bad news. Just everyone is touching the rock at running back, even Kadarius Toney. You have Herbert up a few picks. His ADP like absolutely took a downhill turn. He's relatively close to Rashawn now, which is it's interesting. They probably should have been next to each other anyways, in my opinion. But we got to report that Khalil Herbert absolutely trucked someone in practice, which you love to see. No Cat Mac in the house. What's up, Pounders? Yeah, Diego says he's not getting suspended till 2025. Man, my Rice exposure. I'm curious what I'm at now we're throwing around numbers. Yeah, in BBM I'm at 13.5%, but I'm even higher. I'm around 23% for just all contests. Yeah, and that's sort of what you get in a way when you save drafts for late July and August. You don't have the full on ability to go all in on those guys. Especially, I should have been clicking him a month ago, to be honest. I was fading Rice heavy, and now he's rising. I think I'll continue that trend. Good luck to everybody that takes him. I'm just out this season. Okay, and that's cool. Like, if you're doing that, I would leverage that and take like Kelsey or Worthy or whatever it may be. But Rice seems pretty safe to me, especially as a guy that he was going into 2-3 turn for the big board. So if he doesn't get suspended, you're getting a player that probably should have been he probably should have been around pick like 44, to be honest. Especially now you get Worthy in the draft, which would have affected his ADP anyways. So you're still getting a couple rounds of value. I don't think it's absolutely crazy. People are saying, oh, you're getting Rice. He was a 2-3 turn guy in the big board. Yeah, but like then they drafted a first round receiver. So like we gotta take these things into consideration, put it into the equation. You're not getting that 40 pick of ADP value that people think they're getting. That's me with Hollywood. I'm fading completely, but he's having a good camp. He is. These ADPs aren't updated. J.K. Dobbins at 169 now. Oh, interesting. Let me let me see. So BBM DB, I want to say he updates this every other day, but he's very consistent. Let me pull up Underdog. I wouldn't be surprised if they're off a few. Okay, so Dobbins is at 169, so even another 3 picks. Wow. Yeah, Dobbins is, he was going to rise if he was on the field, basically. And he's on the field doing drills, doing agility drills, and that's what it is. Yeah, good shout here too. It was pre-Hollywood as well. So Rice's price, if he doesn't get suspended, you're probably getting 2 rounds of value right now. And that's if he doesn't get suspended. There's still that risk. So like, I still like the Rice click for end of season anyways. So yeah, I'll still click him there, to be honest. Wicks up 3 picks, Rice up another 2. So he's officially past Worthy a few days back. Palmer up, and now he's entering this zone of like where there's just no receivers. He's like where Sutton is. It's a desert at wide receiver. Like after JMO goes off the board, is a desert for like 18 picks. Boyd making plays in practice today. I saw Gabe Davis, Michael Wilson, Worthy. Nothing too crazy. Curtis Samuel, I think, still has room to rise. He definitely still has room to rise. I'm trying to make a pact every time I see JSN on the board and he's next available wide receiver, just click Curtis Samuel. And it's been working to help me get my exposure up of Curtis Samuel for sure. Let's check did I have not? I didn't have this zoomed all the way up. DJ Shark up 7 spots and Bateman. So Shark running with the 1s. Quentin Johnson was with the 2s. We'll see. You're going to get a mix of these guys anyways, especially an older receiver. I kind of view it as like the Odell situation. Like Odell going to play early. Malik probably earns a role, change of pace. Like, and again, like Odell, older receiver. Same thing with DJ Shark, older receiver, not going to be out there for 80% of the snaps. Bateman up 7 picks. God, Baltimore is dropping videos on Twitter on Bateman highlights. It's they want it to be true as much as anyone did last year. That's what we'll leave it at that. Ricky Pearsall down another 6 spots. Yeah, every day Ayuk doesn't get traded, Ricky Pearsall drops a pick. Ricky Pearsall is someone we were very high on in the big board, slapping him in the 20th round early and often before, even buying the rise to the 19th and early 18th. The landing spot, I just can't get behind the landing spot. But see, he's even down another few picks. He's at 150 now. I'm at 3% Ricky. And I do think there's a realm of possibilities where we do end up getting up to 8% and buying this slide if he falls far enough. And then depending on which room, like you can get him sliding. You can get him sliding to 170. And on the right team, it could make sense. Quentin Johnson, he's going to continue to fall. Mike Williams, sort of expected news that he was going to start on the injury list. So people not baking that in, you're getting him for cheap. He's fallen to like 150s in some of my rooms, and shit, that's like, it's hard to not draft Mike Williams just for the touchdown upside in half-point PPR with Aaron Rodgers as your QB, just a super selfish QB in the red zone. So I've definitely been I've been buying the dip on Mike Williams, but I cautioned myself about the last 2 weeks, like full on stop drafting him. Let's see where his like absolute lowest point is. And now I'm starting to mix him in as he still falls in rooms further than this. Addison, we took a share at 90 today as wide receiver 5. I think as wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6 could make a ton of sense. Tyler Lockett down a few picks. Roman Wilson getting mixed in with the ones, boys. I mean, I still like Roman Wilson, boys. And I view this kind of similar to the Odell Malik Washington, and probably even to a higher extent. Like Roman Wilson, 3rd round draft pick. Malik Washington, I believe he was a 6th round draft pick, but still very talented, and Miami likes him, which is telling. However, like Pittsburgh, good at drafting receivers. Roman Wilson, slow start. Pittsburgh brings in Van Jefferson. You get the news like Van Jeffy's, gonna be the wide receiver too. Come on, for how long? How long? He got dropped from the Rams for Tutu Atwell, and the Rams supposedly liked him. They supposedly liked Van Jefferson. Got dropped for Tutu Atwell, who then gets dropped for Demarcus Robinson. Like, not dropped, but he ends up getting sat for Demarcus Robinson mid-season. So, yeah, Roman Wilson, 175. Bring back to the KC stacks. I'm still mixing him in here. I'm definitely buying the dip on Roman Wilson, but trying to keep it. I don't want to be over 25%. I think I gotta draw the line around 20 there. AD, Zay Jones down a few. This doesn't matter. Jaden Reed down 1.8 picks. I think he still slides. Yeah, here's some more expensive receivers falling. And this makes sense, though. Like, the players you have going in these ranges, it's like fucking Lamar Jackson or Christian Kirk. Like, are you serious? Like, I like Christian Kirk, and I'll draft a ton of them in the Eliminator. Like, I'll have a ton. And I like this price in the big board. But, like, you're giving me the ultimatum of Christian Kirk or Lamar Jackson, and I get wide receivers fall off, but if you think you can outplay the room in the middle rounds, like, it's without a doubt, you go for the higher upside play, and the higher upside play is one of those elite QBs, especially if you're stacking them. Scoot in the house, what's up, baby? Jeff says Bateman's been a fade for him at ADP. Yeah, it's just a matter of like, can this guy still do what he did entering the league as a rookie in second year? It's the thing is, there's a lot of unknowns in Baltimore too. Like, Mark Andrews is back. Will they run more 2 tight end sets with Likely? I think so. So it's also a team that wants to run the ball. I think there's higher upside clicks. I really do. Moving on to tight end, biggest riser, Conklin. God damn it. Stop cooking Conklin. All right. We need to catch up on Conklin. I think I'm at 7%. I want to be at like 15%. So we'll see what happens in these rooms. But he goes off super early in our rooms. The Pounders, for whatever reason, hungry hippos when it comes to Tyler Conklin. Let me put this up just in case we get some updates while we're on the stream. You gotta be able to zig and zag. Ooh, lad making plays, love that. Dolchich, I believe he had a tutty today in practice. Jonnu up a spot. Kelsey, yeah, so a lot of the Casey pieces are rising. Evan Ingram, Kittle. In the Kittle news, like, wasn't his ADP 70 at one point? Or is close to 70? He's starting to rise now pretty consistently. You get the news that, that surgery, it was like abdomen. He lost 30 pounds of like good weight. And then that was it. Like, that was the note. Like, there was unknown if he was able to put it all back or where he was. And yeah, it looks like Kittle's back to his normal weight. Hopefully it's not all cheeseburgers and French fries. Maybe mix some pizza in there. But yeah, pick 65 for Kittle is a wild discount. Is an absolute wild discount. But we snuck into a room back door. We are at pick 9. We wanted this to be a little softer room, boys. So my apologies for the no tip off on this one. But oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4 badgeless. 4 badgeless, 5 badgeless, 6 badgeless drafters in this room. We're at pick 9. It's looking like we might be able to catch up on our AJ Brown shares. We don't get a lot of pick 9. And when we do, it's usually a running back that falls. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Bijan or Brees this year over AJ Brown. And I can stay pretty consistent on that. Comfortably. The Garrett Wilson over Puka is something that we've been doing since the big board. They are now tied in ADP. It's just Puka doesn't have that far to go. Like, he's not going to fall past 12, like where Gibbs is. Kupp getting some positive news in camp as well, and people coming around to Kupp. He could be another projected riser for these upcoming weeks, and that's my prediction. And that one can make you a lot of gravy. Pick 27. I think you easily see him in the second round in the next 8 days, 7 days. Let's go. Diego dropping the promo. Head of PR. Shout out Bestball Overlay. Let's get it on drafters next. So, yeah, there's so much. Like, there's so much we can do with it. DK super easy. If we could do it on DK, that would be like a 1-day update. And shout out to Josh, partner at bestballoverlay.com, who just pumps out these updates like they're nothing. Big updates every single day. It's insane. But he also works on it full time. So we have the benefit of a full-time, basically, employee working on it. As, you know, I do the sales pitch. And I wouldn't put anything on here that I didn't think was super beneficial to you guys. I've turned down so many deals from, like, trust me, they're not good deals, but like I have to sift through what I want to promote, and like this, to partner with this was just, it just made so much sense. Getting the percents on screen have been huge for me, especially being able to set the tournament to BBM. That's always nice. I'm actually surprised to see 7% Gibbs here, and these going to be my BBM 5 exposures. Yep, this will be interesting. I sort of want to get different here, boys. It'd be wild if this guy does what I'm thinking of doing, just because I haven't seen it, and it may have been more popular towards the beginning of BBM 5. You guys have to let me know. Yeah, if Marvin Harrison fell, we were insta-clicking Marvin Harrison. I do have to think about, it's a 1-pick drop. Fuck. All right. Let's pull out the combinations. AJ Brown and London. Do we have a share? We have a share. AJ Brown and I have too many tabs. I have too many tabs. I was gonna go AJ Brown Achan, but I'm okay with this start. Double wide receiver. We get the guy I'm the heaviest on in the second round. We try to deviate from the click, but Drake London said absolutely not. You will not do that. Now let's close some of these minus EV tabs we got up. My God. And let me turn the fan on. Yeah, I gotta save some EV. I gotta sneak into some of these rooms when I'm on stream without any you freaks in here stealing that EV. 25% cup. Nice, Diego. That's hot. 1 second. I'm just gonna turn on a fan. Yeah, AJ Brown Achan, I think, is a fun mix-up. You could tickle me into Achan up here with any of these combos. Just getting a little more unique. And then in a room like this where there are 6 badgeless drafters, I do think we have a higher chance of advancing in a room like this. So I don't mind giving up a little bit of pick equity and getting a different combination in a room that I probably have a better chance to advance in. than normal. 6 badges is it's above the average. DK would be great. Yeah, we can, not to poo-poo on the draft kit, but that's what I'm using. It kind of broke for me on DK. Interesting. Yeah, shout out to Josh. He's been working on this overlay for over a year and a half, and just the amount of different tools and thought, and just everything looks so fluid. And that's the biggest thing. Like, we don't want anything to look distracting. We want to make it look like Underdog put it there. And like, even from the exposures, matching like font and color, just awesome. Then the hover features. The hover features just him showing off as a coder. Dome games here. And I only like to show week 16 and 17. If you're a week 15 guy, you can add that to the screen as well. Promo code Pounders, all caps, for 33% off. Takes it to the price of less than 1 BBM a month. Is he gonna go Derrick Henry here? Like, I feel like he's gonna go 3 RB start. Something's telling me, okay. Curious. I'm gonna pull up that AJ Brown, Drake London team and just see what my next pick was. My next pick was Diggs, which is nice because it's basically right on ADP. It doesn't matter. Maybe for that reason we go Kyron here. We'll bring Kyron into this combo. We'll get our first Kyron share. Our first Kyron share at pick 33. And this is another one. I want to see where he bottomed out at for his price. So didn't buy any shares when he was in the second round, late second round, early third. We just really waited for him to bottom out. And like, I'll just get my shares in this back half of in BBM. And that's what we're doing. 12 spot, bringing up Patrick Mahomes. Again, this is why he's rising so fast too. A lot more people are doing this. Oh. Washington. It would be nice to get. ADP has Josh Allen. Let's keep it simple, boys. Let's keep it simple. I do think it's interesting mixing and matching some of the elite QBs here, like going Josh Allen with AJ Brown, where 80% of teams, and I think that's pretty accurate, 80% of teams are clicking Jalen Hurts with AJ Brown. Well, what if you have an AJ Brown spike week, 25 points, and Jalen Hurts gets 27 points, but Josh Allen gets 2 rushing touchdowns that week? He outscores Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen's tight end or QB1 on the slate. You still have AJ Brown having that massive spike week. You can leverage a huge portion of the field that way. And I think that's probably too big brain thinking. That's like weekly winners thinking, where like, okay, I'm going to leverage 80% of the field, where 1 out of 12 teams has this combination. And then it's, 80% of that. So 0.8 or whatever, multiplied by 1 out of 12. But you're leveraging hundreds of thousands of lineups. I guess you say tens of thousands because there's only like 180,000 this year. I like that. Weekly winners last year was like 240,000 entrants. I like that they reduced it like 60,000 entries. It will reduce like the nut outcome that you have to hit by a decent amount. Still a lot of teams though. Jeff says, AJ Brown and HM may be your idea of a fun mix-up. My ideal of a fun mix-up is having a wife that's a twin. Oh, Jesus. It's nice to wish, man. It's nice to wish. You gotta hit the wishing well, though. All right. Anyone doing anything crazy just yet? Everyone's pretty much staying in their lane, I would say. No crazy picks. A lot of ADP on ADP besides the 11 spot going Nico Devontae Adams. I guess that's the most outlandish start, but then he double taps receiver. Like, he's clearly fine. Garrett Wilson, Olave with Travis Kelce and Mahomes. Yeah, Diego, I actually don't do drafters. I believe they had overlay last year. It looks like, Underdog could potentially have some overlay too, but shit fills so fast on an Underdog there could be 3 days left and 50,000 entrants open, and like that shit will fill. A-Rich goes at 56. We are going to bring... You want to what? I kind of want to go Pitts here, boys. I kind of want to go Pitts. We'll tap wide receiver in this range. We can get Pitts. We can get Pitts. You got to believe. Two of the 3 teams after us already have a tight end. You just have to believe. You just have to believe. Want the double stack. We'll see if it happens. I think Christian Kirk, Kirk Cousins is a good pairing with Jalen Hurts as well. Throw it up. We bring in the Atlanta double stack here. And we're cooking. I'm curious about this now. And this is just some of the different stuff you can do in here to see where your stacks are. So we have 4 teams with London and Pitts. We have Kirk Cousins on how many of those? Combinations on 50%. Well, obviously we're trying to go for Kirk on all of them. So hopefully we can get Chris. I keep want to say Christian Kirk Cousins on this team. Want to know what? We were actually just sniped on a double stack with Pitts in London on BBG's live stream by BBG himself. Stacked up Bijan. Oh God, huge L for us. Huge L. Kittle goes off the board right after D-Hop, Deontay Johnson, BTJ, James Cook. That's another one. Ray Davis ADP should be much higher than it is right now. And he should be rising faster than he's rising. At the same time, like, you're getting James Cook falling. And Ray Davis is just like slowly rising. We have him ranked at 151. Currently goes at 166. I'm at 7% in BBM. That is like absolutely tragic. 7% in BBM. But my exposure in season-long post-NFL draft is 18%. So that's where it's like, I would never think my exposure was that low if I didn't have this overlay on and just set to BBM 5. Jeez. That's one that I will catch up on in the next 20 drafts. We'll be at 15%. That's the goal. If he doesn't do it, we're doing it. We'll bring Curtis Samuel up here. Gladly. Probably go for this hero running back build. I'm not overly opposed to going Bowers here and going like a double elite tight end and really pushing what we can do at running back. So let's see what comes back around. I'm also not opposed for just going Goddard for our second tight end at pick 112. Is pretty close to ADP though. His ADP is 115. Yeah, Yeah, it's obviously like risking it for the biscuit. It's probably worth it. If Goddard comes back to us, we're going to feel pretty bad if we go Bowers here. So with that in mind, pick 88. We didn't have a lot of Addison, which is kind of just lucking into it. Do we buy him at 88 here? Basically right on ADP. It's kind of tough for me to go Addison over Bowers in this spot, but with the thought of trying to get, yeah, this is the team like fuck what the fuck's a suspension? You know, this is go ahead and suspend me team. We're gonna feel pretty bad if Goddard comes back to us and we drafted Bowers here. So only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yeah, Addison or Bowers. Let's go with the guy I have 3% of in BBM. We're getting him at, you know, a 2-round discount from the price that everyone else had to pay for. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Suspension equals fresh legs. Hey, you know, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl the year of the deflated football bullshit. The suspension probably helped him. No morals team. Yeah. All we need is like Jermaine Burton. Oh shit. Kirk Cousins, stop at two QBs. And we just had a very successful hero running back build. I'll pull this one up on the Twitter machine. Not sure how that looks for you guys. I'll read it out. Mahomes and Daniel Jones. Bijan, Zach Charbonnet, Ty Chandler, Marshawn Lloyd falls 12 picks. Big mistake by the room. Antonio Gibson and Ray Davis. Like, this is probably my favorite hero running back room with these 6. Insane. With Debo, Neighbors, Rice, O'Dunes. Again, Addison again at 89. Myers, McMillan, Slayton, Ingram, and Bowers. Like, very strong at tight end. This was a fun draft. Some of the things we can do off stream versus on stream. Another reason why we snuck into this one without you boys. Oh, Ken. Jesus. They would qualify, but I mean, we gotta take it easy on this team. No more suspensions here. No more suspensions. Jordan Love next on ADP for here. I like to switch back between my ranks and what's on Underdog. So we're going to push Goddard again to 112 because these guys all have a tight end except for this guy. It's worth it. I should come up one more pick on Dobbs. I should put Dobbs just above Myers. Otherwise, I'll never get any Dobbs. And that's probably why it's at 15%, 4%. But I was honestly okay with fading Dobbs up until like a few days ago. I got that FOMO that we're talking about. It also has to do with relative news coming from Jordan Love as well. It's so nice to go RB here and just catch up. It feels like illegal to get Brian Robinson Jr. as your RB2 in like a hero running back build. Now, I will say the risk here with B-Rob, and of course, we have the week 16 stack, so it makes it an even easier click. I will say the risk is in Washington, in my opinion, is that O-line. If that O-line can't figure it out, and right now they're ranked as like potentially bottom 5 O-line, potentially the worst. So we'll see if Jaden Daniels being a Russian QB can actually help open up some of those lanes. Push it to the limit. I don't think this guy's going to go tight end. 1-4-4-0 start. I think I just got bit by a spider, boys. I'm going to be shooting webs any second now. That's crazy. drafting from the ceiling. I don't think this guy's going to go tight end. And if he does go tight end, we're just going to go RB here and be happy. So I guess it doesn't matter. We're happy either way. I like this spot in the draft right now. He goes Myers. He goes Myers above Dobbs. He's following the ranks. Hashtag trust the ranks. Yeah, we get Goddard here. So I do like that call that we made. Not going Bowers, instead grabbing Addison at pick 88, catching up on this percent a little bit. But we do have to plan for some potential. You're sick. You're sick. I knew there was going to be one. I knew not two. Don't do this, guys. You're better than this. You're better than this. Yeah, this was a good call. This was a good call. We're in a comfy spot. Brandon Cooks would have been nice to be able to grab too as the Dallas bring back, but everyone knows it's Tolbert. It's Tolbert season. ETR had a vid on O-line. Where'd they rank Washington? I'm curious. It had to be like bottom 5. I've been looking at a lot of O-line rankings online, and everyone has them in, if not the bottom 5, like bottom 3, along with the Pats. Like Pats are up there, and not in a good way. Up in 8 picks, we do have to save one of those clicks, I think, for Kirk. Pick 144. Like, I think you just grab him here. I know he's a guy that you could push, but in a badgeless room, you just can't. You just can't. Especially when you have the double stack. So it doesn't matter. Losing, 8 picks of value in these rounds, it doesn't matter. We're done at tight end, so turn that shit off. I would love Charbonnet. I'd love one of Josh Downs or AD. I would like both of... I'd like Charbonnet and one of those two and then getting Kirk on the way back, but... Where's the Bijan team? Bijan has Josh Allen and Jordan Love. This is the room where you would push Kirk Cousins. It really is. This is where I get in trouble. Because we should be pushing Kirk Cousins. A lot of them have stayed in their lane. We're gonna have to think about this. This is probably a Charbonnet click first. It's definitely the Charbonnet click first. Seems like Singletary's falling. I don't believe so. Yeah, in the last week, he's up 1.3 spots. He's still trending upward. Like, he just passed Benson, 10 days ago. Yeah. Singletary's my boy. We will not accept any Singletary FUD in the chat. 28%. But again, we were getting him at 124 to open the contest, and I had 50% Singletary through 50 drafts. It was high. Do we want to push? Okay, how many of these teams have 2 QBs? 1? 2? This guy's got none. This one, Billy scares me. That badge. Can we trust the badge? Who's he have for QB stacks? Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Bryce Young. Shit. He could definitely snipe and go like Mooney. The 4 spot has 1 QB. The 3 spot has 2. The 2 spot has just Dak. And the 1 spot has 2 QBs. Oh, man. I guess, who are we going to get on the way back around at 153 at receiver? We're probably okay with this range if we get Douglas or Mooney or Burton. One of those 3's ideal. Let's bring in the double stack again. Let's not play games. Wandale, week 16. could be interesting. Maybe get a Jahan Dotson fall. And Jahan Dotson is going to correlate with both QB stacks. The overlay showing Philly week 16 and then our Atlanta stack week 17. The hover option on the giving you just the game totals, 45-point game total and 46 for that week 17 game. OMG ranking Washington O-line at 32. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, DJ Quill still in. Okay, saying he fell in this draft. Where did he go in this draft? $122? If only this guy had receivers, like he would have a good team. All right, that was mean. That was mean. That was mean. I take it back. I take it back. Why is this room disrespecting AD? A lot of rooms do. I'm only at 3% because of, like, I want to see where its ADP falls. Like, feels like he does fall in quite a bit of rooms, but now he's probably not going to fall as much. Training camps here. I don't think you're going to get that same fall consistently. One of these two would be the hope. If not, we probably reach up for Wandale. Up in 5 picks. Let's see if it pays off. The Burton click. That's one gone. Someone click Quentin Johnston. You know you want to. Where'd Ty Chandler go in this room? Where'd Ty Chandler go? He goes at 140. Ty Chandler is probably still 12 picks too cheap. We have him ranked at 135. I want to say we have Charbonnet at 124. So yeah, we're a little ahead on both of these guys. Oh, okay, we get Demario Douglas back. I think if Wandale comes back, oh shit. What's the better? I want Ray Davis. I want one of these three. So if there's 3 guys, we should just go ahead and click the receiver. I want to catch up on Ray Davis though. Okay. Let's see Underdog ADP, how they have it. Okay, Ray Davis is like buried. He's like buried on Underdog ADP. So should be relatively safe here. My ranks, we have him right after Algier. We're 20 picks, no, we're 14, 15 picks ahead of ADP on Ray Davis. So this will catch us up with the last 75 BBMs. We are officially halfway. Crazy. Did we save enough money? Did we save enough money? We got just enough. I will likely end up bringing in a Giants piece, whether it's Slayton or Hyatt on this team. Conklin 158, man. Good. We'll bring in Ray Day. Also don't mind bringing in Algier typically, but on this team with Charbonnet as our RB3, I would want my third RB to have more touches, like guaranteed touches. And you could probably lean into Charbonnet for that as well, but there's a lot of unknown there. With Algier, his role is likely going to be very minimal. Change of pace type role, maybe 20%. And then yeah, you're basically you're clicking him for the potential for an injury. Oh man, I did not turn the fan on to this camera. It'll be just a minute for this thing to cool down. Turn it off. Flames. Absolute flames. Antonio Gibson would be nice to get back around, but I think that's I think that's dreaming. At pick 177, maybe people believe the injury news, but even the last updated note on him is like he's back, right? Yeah, he's back to practice. So the Antonio Gibson fall lasted like 3 days. If we get Algier back to us, 6 picks, up in 6 picks. Who's Underdog have? Underdog has this as the ADPs. We have McMillan all the way up the board, boys. We have McMillan all the way up the board. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. Okay, Algier goes at 173. That's clean. Ooh, I like this RB room. He doesn't need any more RBs, though, I think. I don't know if we're going to get Gibson. Both these guys have 4 running backs. You got to reverse jinx it, you know? It works. You got to try it. The reverse jinx. I don't know if we're going to get him. I don't think we're going to get him. Blam. Instantly. Get him. Blam. All right, let's see if the camera's done overheating. Yeah, we're back. We're so back. McMillan! Brother! Brother! Out of left field. Underdog, can you let me click on the team without changing it so I can fucking see? 10 picks before ADP. Nothing crazy, but good for him. Good for him. Hot cam. You're sick. Man, you're sick. We're going to be doing another draft, too. Like, where are we at on the like goal? Are we ripping another one? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We are officially ripping another draft. And I think the goal for the third draft will be... It's going to be a subscriber goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like the Washington piece. We're getting double EV here from it with the week 16 and 17 correlation with both our QBs. I desperately want to bring in a Washington piece. And Luke McCaffrey on this team where we potentially have suspended players. I think it makes sense here. At 3% as well, so we'll mix that in. Good to have coin flips. Like if you guys saw that with the overlay, like that's an easy click. Especially like this range. This range is tough. Like you could probably bring DJ Shark up here, to be honest, to like the one after. You could bring him right up to like 184, I think. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Couple notes I'm making on some little CSV adjustments I want to make still. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream. Hit the subscribe button if you guys enjoy the content. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream at the end of August if we can reach 2K subs by then. And it's not an outlandish goal, boys. The 2-2 click. The 2-2 click, not even in the 18th round. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Pairs it with Staffy. Okay. I mean, like, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. But, like, when's the last time you guys seen Tutu get drafted? Let the man live. Let the man live. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Holy smokes. Tyrone Tracy off the board. Roshan off the board. Khalil Herbert's gone. We're going to have to get... I was going to say get a little spicy with it, but, like, I'll take one of these two. Okay, we're guaranteed one of these two. It's probably estimate here for us. We're at 7%. We get to catch up. It's a bye week 14, but who cares? We have 1, 2, 3. It's estimate here, like without a doubt in my mind. We have him ranked at 178 right now. We're ahead of ADP on Braylon Allen too. It's just I've been drafting a lot of running back builds where I have like 3 RBs by Singletary, so doing a little more hyper fragile, stopping at 4 in that case, or just getting my RBs. I have to start mixing in other players besides Rashawn Johnson. That's what it comes down to. Like for this last this last 75 BBMs, I have to start mixing in some different RBs back here. 32%, and I'm okay with it. Like I would be okay just to continue slapping him, but it would be I want to be at least 8% on Braylon Allen. Like that's a fact. This will get us to 8% estimate. Tank Bigsby we probably have too much of. We're at 8%. It's fine. Last click wide receiver. Ooh, I like the Dortch click. For not for us specifically. Rondell Moore's playing with the fucking 3s. Like, basically not even on the field. Is Hyatt gone too? Ugh. We go Javon Baker or Malik Washington. Khalif Raymond's another one. Let's mix in Khalif Raymond here. We're at 1%. It's should probably be at 8% Khalif. So we'll mix him in this spot where you potentially have some guys that could be suspended. Another sort of like buffer piece at the end of the draft here. Another buffer. Another Bruce buffer. Let's see. We end up with for the listeners, 2682. Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins. Both double stacked. Kyren Williams, Brian Robinson ends up being a Philly and Atlanta bring back. We also have Luke McCaffrey as well, so 2 options for that game. Zach Charbonnet, Ray Davis, Antonio Gibson, Audric Estime. Can probably stop at 5 if we needed to, but it ends up being a luxury pick, and I want to spend. I want to get that 6 running back in this case where, like, we're still fine at receiver with A.J. Brown, Drake London, Rice, Curtis Samuel, Jordan Addison, Douglas, Luke McCaffrey, Khalif Raymond. Like, we're drafting like we're right, especially on Curtis Samuel, on Rice there, on Addison maybe only getting 3 games. Like, that's not going to set us back enough that it'll hurt us, especially where we're getting him at pick 88. And then having some of these guys that can sort of fill in those games. Like, I think this is actually really well balanced. I don't think a 9th receiver makes this room look any better. And then we have Pitts and Goddard, so very strong at tight end. Ends up being a really good, well-balanced, well-correlated playoff correlation as well type team. And now we sneak into the second draft. The boys hit the like goal. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching, slapping the like, doing one for the cause. But we get into maybe a little tougher room. 1, 2, 3 badgeless in this one. 4 badgeless. Okay, so we go from a 6 badgeless room to a 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. A few red badges, a few blacks. And we'll see. If you guys snuck into this room, let me know where you're drafting from. But I think I might be safe from the Pounders again. Blitz in the house. You ever been steamed up? Don't steam me up. No badge coming in sharp. What's a good tight end 2 pairing to go with Ferguson? Honestly, I like Pat Fry probably for Ferg, but you can go all the way to like Conklin. You can go all the way to Conklin and lean into Ferguson's early ADP. Davis Peng in the house. Yes, this is Davis, put some pants on, man. It's kind of weird, you know. You're always watching the stream without pants on. But jeez. I'm done drafting for a couple weeks. Nice. Did you max, or like are you just you burnt out? What's the reasoning? You should want to get into us. You should want to get in with us. We're more likely to draft by the rules. You gotta follow the rules. Stay in your lane. Rule number 1, stay in your lane. Never happens. Never happens. Thing is, when I want to draft these 0 RB types or these hero running back types, it's much tougher in sharper rooms because everyone is targeting those same 8 running backs that go from pick 130 to pick 178. It makes it a little tougher. We will continue to slap Garrett Wilson, who just continues to make good plays in training camp. Okay, we're doing it. We're gonna be at 15% on someone in the first round. As of right now, I'm clicking him at 11. I'm clicking him when he's there available at 12 as well. We're gonna click him here with Marvin Harrison. I'm actually at 11% Marv. That's a surprise to me. Which let's see how much of this combination we actually have, and maybe we get different with our 3rd round pick. Garrett Wilson and Marv. 3 shares. Ah, you hate to see that. I should have. So that's the thing. I should have used the tool. I should have went to bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders, all caps, 33% off. There's the plug. And checked my combinations. Damn it. All right. We're going to have a 4th. And this is going to be the pieces you need week 17. All right. Who do we have? We have T. Higgs on this one. Josh Jacobs, Pickens. Where did Pickens go in this? Okay, Pickens went on ADP. We reached up for T. Higgs. And then we got Jacobs. Okay, let's check the next one. Garrett Wilson, Marv, Tank Dell, and Pickens with Kyle Pitts. This has to be a Kyler team. We only have Kyler on one of those. Okay, Garrett Wilson, Marv, Derrick Henry. Okay. James in the house says, Pounders. Just came by to drop a quick like. Appreciate you, Pat. Appreciate you, my man. Even if you can't make the stream, comes in, slaps a like. What a true MVP. Like, what a hero. What a hero. Doing the most. Yeah, this is obviously like chalk start, but I didn't think I had that many of the same combo. It's fine. We're literally on draft 76. If this was draft like 130 and you had like 7 of these, it's like, oh shit. I've been clicking that. How much? Says we'll check it out on the AM. Dude, that's plus EV right there. That's plus EV. It's oozing. It's oozing. Chase, Achan, Cooper Cup, CMC, DK, and Neighbors. You guys get to see me manipulate the back of the drafts tonight, I guess. And maybe let's set a goal for another draft tonight. And it's gonna be we're gonna be able to hit it 2 different ways. One's gonna be a subscriber goal and one's gonna be a like goal. The like goal is gonna be 75 likes, so just 25 more likes. And then the subscriber goal is going to be if we hit 1790, currently at 1786, so 4 subscribers. You know what to do. 64 watching on the Twitter, guaranteed. You're watching. You've been watching for more than 10 minutes. You're maybe enjoying the content. Maybe. Go in, hit the link, join the YouTube, slap the like, do the thing. The Bulldog's not my favorite. It doesn't get me hyped. I want to get hyped. Bulldog doesn't get me hyped. I also I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself for marriage, boys. I'm saving myself for marriage. I want the $50 chow. The 10 max or 20 max $50 chow. I'm praying just praying it's like in the horizon. Someone at Numi, someone at Hope. We need the $50 chow. A pounder took it down last year. We deserve the chow. We deserve to run it back. We deserve to run it back. I think he ended up buying a boat. Just kidding. I think he ended up blowing it on pick'ems. Oh shit. Bri, you know where you are. Fucking you just hope there might be something different that comes back to you. And Josh Allen with Kyler. See, if I go Josh Allen here, I'm less likely to bring in Kyler. 23% T. Higgs. Let's switch it up. Let's go Amari Cooper here. We don't have a Cooper share with this combo. And Cleveland's they're gonna throw the ball a shit ton this year. So let's just go Amari Cooper first and then see what comes back to us. I want Kyler with this, though. Just gonna have to keep an eye on the McBride team. Oh yeah, we're hitting. We're hitting. Two more subs for another draft. We're basically guaranteed to rip a third draft tonight. Basically guaranteed. Let's fucking shoot for the ceiling. Like, let's climb the ladder. Let's climb the bye week ladder. 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, we just turned this into a teaching session, boys. Another Dalmatian. 100%. I'm in. You can guarantee I will provide that content to you if we get even if we get a 250, that's like a 3 entry, 3 advance. I would do a 2 out of 12 too. Ryan says that overlay you show don't. The overlay show you that you don't have an Amari with that combo, or you just knew, which would be insane. No, I knew. I knew because I went through the 3 teams, and my memory is decent. It's only 3 teams I had to remember. So this one had Tank Dell. This one had George Pickens, T. Higgs. This one, Tank Dell and Pickens. And again, another Pickens share, but like, fuck it. It's the moonshot play. I'm good with going all in on a player like that. And then this one had Henry. And looks like Reed. Like, oh no, Josh Allen. Let's get, maybe like fall in value, get a little different off ADP, or we can just play the game of FADP and let's go find a unique combination that can work with this. And to me, I'm hoping I get a KC piece back for a little mini with Pickens. I'd love Worthy to come back. I'd love Rice to come back. Rice is wide receiver 5 is insane. And then a couple weeks back, 2 weeks back, you could get Rice as your wide receiver 6. Those are the days. Any big dogs? I'm curious now with the current contest that's out. It's a 500, right? There's so many contests. There's the 1,000, which I just don't like. Risk 1,000 to try to win 20K just doesn't do it. Doesn't do it for me. The 75, the 500, it's 2 out of 12 advance though, right? Yeah, 2 out of 12 advance. And it's crazy. It's a game of inches. Like last year, me and Liam Murphy, Liam's in 3rd. I'm in 2nd. I was in 2nd, or first all year. Peter Jennings comes from behind. He ends up solidifying the 1st place spot. It's week 14. We're at the Dog Bowl. It's the week before the fantasy football playoffs. And, you get your advance rates, all that. Tyreek Hill comes off the field, and we tragically lose to Liam by 3 points because Tyreek Hill played half the game. It was a down bad moment. Wonder how Liam ended up doing it in that contest. Hey, Rye, appreciate you, man. Drops 5 to the Pounders in the live stream. Philip gets one. Black Muddy, Ghouls, Tyler, and John. Some lurkers. Congrats, guys. And Rye, appreciate you truly. Thank you. Coming back to us again, we're not going to have any ADP values, but asking you may get potentially. We have Worthy ranked above Reed, which feels correct. It seems like it should be this way. I'm surprised drafters haven't made this flip yet. Let's go Worthy first. We might just piss 6 receivers in a row. I'm also not opposed to getting Russell Wilson and stacking this game this way is kind of big brain. We also want Kyler. Kyler, is he going to fall to us at 83? Well, we have to push him there anyways, so. Where's the McBride team? He's going to have 2 chances at Kyler. It's so slim. It's so slim. I also like the idea of having Kyle Pitts if Kyler does come back to us. Let's get another Kyle Pitts share. Can go receiver here, but I want to also be in a situation where if we do get a falling value of a player that we like, that we're going to be able to easily click that name. And if we start 6 receivers, we're probably stopping at 6 receivers or bringing in like Jalen McMillan. Like that would be like the next range. Probably be my exact target for a 6 wide receiver start. So this gives us some options, some outs later. And now we pray. Now you need to pray basically, like a lot. You need to spend all your prayers and have Bone Collector just completely miss that he has McBride. Oh my God. Did we luck into, and what's cool about the tool is like going through and uploading your big board teams and checking the closing line value on those teams. But I found a team that was triple stack Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, like all old ADPs, like London in the 40s, Kyle Pitts at like 98. And we had a last round Michael Penix on the team. So if that goes down, if Kirk goes down, that's the one team that I'm going to be thinking about. But no, I can't draft Penix, bro. Maybe like Superflex guaranteed. He gets drafted every single Superflex, but the Superflex didn't hit as hard this year. They did just smaller contests, a lot of single entry. They did the Pug, which was the 3 entry max. I actually just recently looked at those teams. Okay. That's 1. Now we got to pass the big one. And then we have to hope no other freaks take them, which that's even tougher. No way they pick him top 10 and don't play him, all caps. Well, I know what no one's talking about is even if Justin Fields doesn't play QB, it's Russ, he has the start, whatever, who's to say Justin Fields doesn't come in and siphon some touchdowns in a red zone package? Aren't we very likely to see that? I haven't heard anyone talk about that, but in my opinion, and that's probably why I don't have a ton of Russ. Also at the risk of losing the job. Oh, here it is. Close the eyes. Yeah, it's just it's fucking tough to get that pairing at 83, man. So what do you do? What do? You go Kyler at 62? Ah, God. we're gonna have to readjust. We're gonna have to rethink this one out. Marvin Harrison. I have 8 shares. Kyler. We have 2 teams actually. So did we luck into this or what happened? Yes. Pick 82, Kyler. Yes. Pick 81, Kyler. Just, I need to be better. That's it. I just got to be better. Just do a better job. Okay. Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson. Call it a freaking day. Call it a day. Now I'm instantly thinking about the Ferguson Dak backstack, but it's just, I know I should be clicking RB here, but that's so fucking boring. We should. Again, boring. Just give me no ADP value. It's okay. Again, Najee, another Pittsburgh piece for when we bring in Russ. I honestly don't mind going naked Jaden Daniels here and then just grabbing 2 of those QB stacks. We have the Atlanta bring back week 17. I could sell myself on this. I would like 1 pass catcher, but we can get 1 late. We can get Dotson or Luke. Let's do that. The week 17 bring back in Kyle Pitts. And I'm only at 8% Jaden Daniels. I have him ranked up high. Let's make the reach and say screw ADP. On the way back around, we will be catching up at RB in that range. Just knowing it's a good range to be going RB. It's just some of our favorite clicks are actually pushed up now. So we'll see if we get lucky. But even like Javonte, one of Javonte, Singletary, Spears would be ideal. And maybe we come off the Singletary click a little bit, boys. Just maybe. I can't guarantee it. Jake Fergie goes off the board. Jame off the board. Fields is the new Taysom. I could see him being a pain in the ass. Yeah, boys. Yeah. Paid, Pat, do you see the RBs in the late second and early third rising significantly in August and September? I do think you like right now you're getting that rise on Kyron. Like he hit rock bottom and he is going to trickle ahead. You might see Derrick Henry trickle down as well with the newcomers. But there's a lot of sharp people and it's really hard to move ADP in these early rounds because people really have to be reaching consistently. And I don't think it happens consistently enough to move the ADPs in a large way. Now, if you're talking about guys that go in the 7th round that are maybe some slappy picks and people are, picking them 20 picks before, like that'll move ADP a lot faster. It's tough to move ADP in the first 3 rounds. So I don't tend to worry about that unless it's a player that I want to draft. So like Jalen Waddle was definitely a target for us early on to get our combinations with CMC, to get our combinations with Lamb. We have a good amount of combinations with both. Right now, you need a 3 or 4 pick drop to get that combination, or you need Lamb to fall to 4 and then still get sniped at Waddle at 20 on ADP. So focusing players that you want in different combinations that you might not be able to get later in the offseason is definitely important. It's definitely important. It's kind of the whole advantage of drafting early is you really want to take advantage of that. It takes projections and, subbing to the pound. That's it. That's it. 2 subs away, and we're going to rip another draft after this one. Another BBM 5. Yep, I agree with this. You could see Cooper Kupp be at like pick 17 by the end of August. That wouldn't surprise me. Okay, so we're getting one of these guys. We're already happy with that. We're already happy with that. If we get two of these guys, we're going to be thrilled. I feel like we should do this almost. B-Rob and Jaden Daniels it's betting on the offense. Maybe betting on ping-ponging weeks, but Brian Robinson. Oh, all right, we're going to do it. We're going to go B-Rob first. Yeah, again, they don't leave me any ADP value. It's boring room. Do you like Taylor, Pittman, Richardson? A healthy Colts team is potentially nuts. That trio, I think that's too much investment on the same team for like picks one. One goes in the second round, one goes in the Pittman goes in what, the third, and then you have A-Rich that goes in the fifth. In a single game slate, it's tough for them all to get there. I don't know. And then it's starting QB and running back on top of it. It's tough. Tough sell for me. All right, we'll bring in Javonte, B-Rob, and Najee. We catch up at RB. We obviously have this strong 6 wide receiver start. We have Kyle Pitts. We have Jaden Daniels, middle round QB. I'm going to bring in probably Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, or Russ. 2 out of those 3 would probably look like our target. Pittman's ADP is just, it's expensive. I can't get around Pittman's ADP right now. If you told me Pittman went behind or by T. Higgs at like 43, I'd be okay with it. I honestly think he should be closer to Christian Kirk than Amari Cooper. And like he goes before Amari Cooper. Like it's just we're playing in a tournament that is 670,000 entrants with still a big final of 539, and Pittman's not like a huge spike week guy. But if you do draft Pittman, like you're making a huge bet on Richardson. So he's one of those guys like 90-10. Like I would want 90% of my Pittman teams with Richardson. Yeah. Let's check the ranks. Let's check the ranks. Where do we have Pittman? We have Pittman at 46. We have him well behind Higgins. We have Pittman at 46. Trust the ranks. Green Bean says all indie players cost a bit much. I've just been waiting on the Taylor. Like, I'll probably mix him in at some point. I want to find a way to, like, I'm not getting those combinations. Like, I want JT and I want Neighbors. Just can't get those combos. So, I think it's been kind of limiting me. But in some of these rooms that I know maybe have, like, more badge lists, like 4 or 5 plus, I'll start to mix in some of the second round RBs just for the case that JT could separate in a single game slate. He has it in his realm of possibilities. But I see him more as like a bet against A-Rich in a way. Like A-Rich isn't getting that rushing touchdown. You really want to depend on dump offs. I don't know. It's tough to go JT, Richardson, Pittman. Like that, it's such a small like nut outcome that you're targeting there, especially in a single game slate. Where if like one of those guys isn't the one you need that week 17, like another team is going to have an extra third round pick. Another team's going to have an extra second round pick if it wasn't the JT week. And you're obviously, your teams are heavily dependent on your first 3 rounds just for your team's total success as well. Yeah, big advance rate guy. I'm a stan. It is what it is. We can continue the Pittsburgh notion that Pittsburgh isn't a hot bag of dog shit. And then we get to stop at 2 tight ends. Then we get to stop at 2 tight ends. I also like Downs too. Polk goes. Is this guy going to snipe Downs out of thin air? Or should we be going Dotson over Downs? Ugh. That's... Should we be going Dotson over Downs for the stack? Or should we just go a late Luke McCaffrey? If we don't get Downs here, I'm going Ty Chandler. Executive decision. If we don't get Downs here, we're going Ty Chandler. We might still go Ty Chandler. If we go RB here, pick 155, 158. Who are we going to run into? 155, 158. Yeah, RBs we're not going to be thrilled with, to be honest. Receivers also not going to be thrilled with. Maybe I should have went Downs and Ty Chandler instead of the second tight end, but that's definitely... It's not a big deal. We're actually good at RB. Let's definitely go Downs here. Najee, B-Rob, and Javonte. I'm comfortable with this 3. Let's bring in Josh Downs. We'll bring in a late Luke McCaffrey, and we'll call this a room. Where do you have Algier ranked? Yeah, we have him up the board pretty high. But you have to understand, like, his upside lies in an injury to Bijan, a younger type player. You're not going to get that same change of pace role that you're expected to get, like, with Ty Chandler. But yeah, we do have him ranked up the board. We have Ray Davis pushed up the board. We're basically ahead of ADP on all those RBs you need to catch up on a 0 RB build, hero RB build, double anchor. So all these RBs, even Lloyd. But right now I'm clicking Ty Chandler over Lloyd with a little bit of the FUD there. Does anyone believe? And I have 18%, so like I'm making this change. I just did it on CSV. Hey John, what's up, brother? Yeah, we're officially in full degen mode. We need to do about 2 BBMs a day. Gonna stream as many as possible, and that's the goal. That's the goal. Let's see what we got. Next pick, 155 is tough. Like, we can get boxed. Like, I would love Burton to fall to us. That's gonna be the ideal click in that range. Dude, drops 5. Drops 5. Appreciate you, man. John wins. Is that allowed? Wait, we gotta check. Is that allowed? He drops 5, then instantly wins. Somehow people will say this is a conspiracy theory that an underdog influencer benefits from this. T. Jones, Shock Trauma, Larry, and Mem for Life J. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Ken P says, I need more Rashad White. You actually have Bucky Irving falling right now, which we're at like a comfy 5%. Bucky's fallen 4 spots just in the last week. Was there any specific news to push that Bucky fall? I don't remember anything specifically. One of these. No, we got to go Luke. We got to go Luke with the last click. We got to stick to that. Luke with the last click, and we're done at receiver. Pick 188. So we're good there. If Algier falls to us, it's an insta-click. I'm glad we didn't go crazy on Vidal with the current news that he's running with the twos. We probably should be pulling up Dobbins to this range. I like the idea of getting maybe even Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson in one of these RBs. This is going to be interesting. Both QBs that are paired with their receivers go in this range. And we don't need double tap RB here. I guess, can we get away? Okay. Well, he just decided it for us. TJ Chip just said, F your life. He has Njoku. It's fine. We'll give him a pass. And these are the things that I want to get a little better at towards the end of the season. Like, we have Garrett Wilson. I know I'm going to most likely try to bring in Aaron Rodgers, save that second tight end spot, especially when we're leaning into Kyle Pitts' ADP. Save that second tight end spot for that QB stack. That's going to be an easy way to get my shares of Conklin up. And we have Ray Davis on the Jet stack, so we're going to lean into that over Antonio Gibson, who we have 22% of. So that's an easy coin flip decision there. So we should be at 10% Ray Day after the last two drafts. Well, this one, the last one. John says, keep doing your things, Pounders. Catch up on stream later. If you guys don't know John from the Badge Bros, shout out to John dropping 5. Appreciate you, man. The boys are too kind. Kamani went at 157. I think we're hitting the value pockets well of this draft. It's just, instead of Pat Fry here, what do? Instead of Pat Fry, we go Ty Chandler plus Josh Downs. Here, we probably don't make a different change. The big decider would have been, so if we went Ty Chandler and Josh Downs here, and Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers both fell to us, that would have been tragic, because that obviously we would have wanted that. So the fact that that didn't happen makes me feel a little better. Makes me feel like a little less of a mistake. But yeah, it's tough when both those guys go in the same range. This probably ends up still being 6 running backs. We're done at 2 tight ends. We're done at 7 receivers, 3 QBs. Yeah, we're definitely targeting Russ. We have a triple stack in Pittsburgh right now. What if that's what you need with the worthy bring back? Kind of a cool way to play it, to be honest. One more subby W away from 1790. 210 away from a 24-hour live stream. 1 sub away from a guaranteed 3rd draft. That's the eye on the prize. Diego said, I've been seeing positive news for Bucky running with the ones. Hot take, Rachaad White is good at football. That's definitely not the most efficient back of the year last year. But his price, and especially when he falls like even half a round after his current ADP, it feels really good. And he's one of those players, again, like if you faded him early, you're probably pretty happy. Because you can get him. You can get him to fall after 63. A better in PPR type guy though. Yeah, Ryan says inside job for sure. Like without a doubt. I'll never forget in John won something on Underdog. It was like they were giving away free. They're dude, we just see Luke McCaffrey go at 171 for the first time all month. Like there's no way. There's actually no way. He goes 17 picks before ADP for goddamn no reason at all. Besides, this guy just loves mid. Oh man, the train of thought just gone. But John won some sort of free. They were doing some like drop off. I forget what they called the promo, and like money just showed up in your account. For whatever reason, and he won, I think, the $100. There was different tiers of it. You could win like 10, 25, 50, 100, and he wins the 100. He posts it to Twitter, and boom, conspiracy theories everywhere. Oh, the boys want me to quad stack Pittsburgh. I can hear it now. The boys want the quad stack in Pittsburgh. Literally no one's saying it, but me. Just like one pick off. We're just one pick too late. We're just one pick too late. Estimate another bye week 14 guy. Let's make the tiebreaker with a jet stack in Braylon Allen. So maddening. Of course, if Kyler fell, we would have been able to get the Michael Wilson Marv double. What do we want to do here? Boys? 6 receivers: Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Cooper, Pickens, Worthy, Josh Downs. If Michael Wilson falls, no one's clicking Russell Wilson, right? No one's clicking Russ, right? It gets ugly quick at RB, but I wouldn't mind a late Shipley too. If we, like, receiver's going to get gross. I'm okay with this mini between Marv and Michael Wilson. Maybe that's what pushes us from week 16 to 17 in some weird way. I think it does end up being a... Oh, geez. Danny Dimes. I think it does end up being a luxury pick where we could probably go RB or receiver. I want to lean into running back here, I think. With the 2 rookies, I don't think Estimate's fallen back to us. If Rashawn somehow falls back to us, but Shipley and Russ probably ends this draft and looks pretty well balanced when it's all said and done. Strong a tight end between Pitts and Pat Fry. If we can secure this triple stack, ideal. 1% Russ. And I want to mix in. Oh, dear. These late QBs are flying. This guy has 1 QB still. It's Lamar. And he's going to pair it with... Could be anybody. We did the double. Of course. Oh, my God. The badgeless strike again. Justin Fields it is, boys. High T. We just went from low T to high T real quick. Maybe it was the snipe we needed to win $1.5 million. Watch this get sniped now. Like, this guy went 4 QBs, probably threw off the whole freaking room. There's no way. There's no way. He went both Pittsburgh QBs. He drafted both Pittsburgh QBs. The lowest T thing you could do. Who do we have a QB? Who do we have? We just blacked out. Daniels and Rodgers. What the fuck? I just had a bad feeling. I'm like, imagine Justin Fields just randomly get taken before 3 starters. Boys, we're down bad. We're down bad. Corley correlates. I don't. God damn it. Shipley's a guarantee. How do we gain points on this team, boys? How do we gain points at the end? At the end of the day, let's just make it a good advance rate team and try to lean on some weird stack with Jaden Daniels and B-Rob with the bring back of Kyle Pitts. We do have a double stack with. I want Shipley here. If Corley gets drafted, he gets drafted. But honestly, like, Lazard's getting buzzed right now, and like, I don't mean drinking. Probably both. Like, realistically, probably both. This guy needs a tight end guaranteed, and then what's he go? He probably goes RB. 3 RBs by Singletary strong. He could go a 9th receiver or a 6th running back. Is this guy just on auto this whole time, and he just autoed into a good team? No. This is what I'm doing. We're leaning into 2 QBs. We're leaning into an elite season from Jaden Daniels and Aaron Rodgers providing good floor. I'm not entirely convinced on the Lazard click though. Let's dial it. Let's dial it back for a sec. I don't think anyone has any better ideas in the chat. They're in shock. I'm frozen right now. This would be a fucking triple stack. Let's go Lazard. Let's go Lazard. Lazard sharp, trust it. You know, fucking Rodgers doesn't like rookies, and then Corley, he's so raw and he needs a lot of work with his route running. I wouldn't be surprised if Lazard has a good amount of that work, especially early on. But yeah, we definitely didn't need 8 receivers. So it's like a whatever correlation click if this team makes the playoffs and he somehow ends up being a leverage piece in week 17 would be really, really low owned. So ends up being a luxury pick. If we spend it on RB, it's like Tank Bigsby. and you don't feel good as Tank Bigsby as your RB7. Doesn't matter what day it is or how drunk you are. Jaden Daniels and Aaron Rodgers. We just got to lean into those 2. It's fine. All right. We're still 1 subscriber away. Did we hit the like goal? This few more picks. 61 likes on the live stream. I want to do another one. I almost feel like I need to redeem myself. Just from the literally snipers on every building. Snipers on every building. Slanted roofs, not slanted roofs. You gotta drop the jokes. You gotta. So many sloped roofs. Fuck. God damn, boys. God damn. What could have been? We're burdened by. All right. Let's have a peek. 2682, Daniels and Rogers. Najee, B-Rob, Javante, Ray Day, Allen, and Shipley's fun. Who says no? Garrett Wilson, Marv, Amari Cooper, Pickens, Worthy's very strong. Like, how we fucking end up with 8 receivers with a 5 wide receiver start is just like, it's unnecessary, but we just figured, like, yeah, like, Russ isn't going to get sniped. Like, who's going to take Russ? The 2 spot that missed out on his Justin Herbert stack by 2 picks. That's who's going to take Russ. That's who's going to take Russ. And then he's also going to take Justin Fields. And then he still doubles down and takes the triple stack in LA without Herbert. Oh, you got to love this man. You got to love this man. This room should be relatively plus EV. I saw one guy with 4 QBs, so we should have a pretty good advance rate team anyways. Pitts and Pat Fry is strong. 6 RBs. Do we go like Minshew on this team? Do we go like Sam Darnold with our last pick? Who else went before? Do we go JJ McCarthy with this pick, like unstacked? Like, that seems like I'm raising my floor, but it seems like Lazard actually raises your ceiling for a week 17 potential large score outcome. It's obviously very, very thin, but I mean, the JJ bet seems thin as well. Okay. We'll let the boys try to get into this one. Join now. +5. We'll let the boys in the live chat. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll put this one up for grabs. Oh, who's got fast fingers, boys? Who's got fast fingers? All right. So much pain. It's been happening a lot lately. We're on the right side of the board here. Let's go. 211 subscribers away from the max pain contest of a 24-hour live stream. If you guys are enjoying the content, appreciate you hitting the subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. That shit helps. Tell me that guy's in this draft. Opportunist? He's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 badgeless in this one. How could it go wrong? How could it go wrong? Ken, thanks for coming out, man. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your weekend. Played golf today for the 2nd time this year. Went as expected. Let's go. This is our third pick from the 2 spot. Let's go. Little CD Lamb share. See, we get rewarded. We get rewarded for staying on for the boys with a 2 spot pick. A little CD Lamb catch up on exposure. Now, we're not messing around. CD, where you at? We have 5 CD teams. Check combinations. Our next highest owned players, Dak at 60%, which is nice. We want that to be high, obviously. Let's go to all. Mike Evans at 60%. Singletary, Mooney, ETN at 60%. I mean, if I'm getting ETN to fall to me at 47, I'm going to click him there like every time. So that I don't see that being a bad thing. K-Walk, we could probably lower this. Pacheco, 40%. That's a combination I don't think you can get anymore. So that seems really good. Because that's Pacheco at 47. Where's he at now? He's at 40. So that's a few shares with Pachek. Obviously, wish we got more 2 spots so we could get that combo more. So we got 2. It's more than 0. Maybe we get an extra share with him falling, but he's been rising lately in rooms. No more slope throughs. What a crazy, what a crazy excuse. It's the craziest thing in the fucking world. Yeah. All right. CeeDee Lamb. Who's the ideal here? We would like a CeeDee Lamb Waddle share. Add to that. Add to that. We have none. Oh, is it CM? That's right. In CMC that we have the. We have 1. God damn. Waddle. I have so much Waddle post NFL draft. 9% in BBM. I don't know honestly what I would do without the exposures on screen because it's hard to keep up with everything. Waddle 3-pick slide. Hashtag ideal. Hashtag ideal. Debo and Brees is fun. We got Chip here in the 6 spot. Shout out to Chip. If anyone else snuck into this room, you had to. Where are you drafting from? We're gonna say it. We're gonna say it now. If you snuck into this room, you don't present yourself. We do not go over your team at the end. We do not acknowledge your team. We do not acknowledge those who lurk in the shadows until the very end. And like, I drafted with you at 3. Just waiting for you to tell me who you were drafting the whole time. Eli's here at 9. Not being a snake. Love it. Parilla going Brees and Deeb start. Black Muddy here at 11. Oguzi. Puka and Nico. Pulling up Nico. I like it. Mike saying, can you see combos of other BBM drafters or just yours? I'm curious how often people have been able to get the Lamb, Ayuk, and BBM. Now, we don't hold... let's see. Now, we don't play around with the CSVs like that. Adams would be fun. Just like, we're going Ayuk. We're going Ayuk. Curious. Okay, it's our first Lamb Ayuk share. Which, you know, it's easy to get now, so I sort of like bringing Cup up here. Yeah, let's do that. If we think Cup is going to rise potentially to 20, this will be a combination you won't be able to get later in August. So just trying to think through some of these players that can rise up. And I really care about my first 3 rounds for combinations. After that, I don't really pay as much attention to it. Besides, like, I want to make sure my QB stacks are there and on par. We had a pounder. Download bestballoverlay.com, promo code pounders, all caps, or 33% off, and found out through 128 BBMs he had 0 Goff Amon-Ra stacks. Literally none. And I think he was above field, like ownership-wise, on both, but didn't know he didn't have them paired together. Like, that's crazy. I guess he started, I want to say he started catching up on Amon-Ra and then probably reached up on Goff and got a few before it ended. Skyline's in here as well at 7. Okay, so we do have a few pounders here. He's representing the badge list today. A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle start. I like that with Derrick Henry. Very nice. Number 2 looks good. Thank you, sir. I was like, wait a sec. Who's at number 2? Nice. It's me. Nice. We'll take it. Diggs goes off at 33. Fat Fanny. This name looks familiar. It could be a bad thing. Squanto. This name looks familiar as well. How do badges even work on Underdog? So black badge is 500 drafts, red badge is 1,000 drafts, and then there's ways if you win or finish high in a certain amount of contests, you could earn your badges earlier, which is cool little nuance. I'm surprised they haven't added even more like challenges or whatever, but obviously not a priority. I think just the work that they've been doing, like reworking the prize structures, has been amazing. It's been a great change from last year to this year. Now, finishing fourth place in the Dalmatian last year probably would have been a little more money if it was a flatter payout, but can't complain. Josh Allen goes at 39 to the Garrett Wilson, Drake London, T. Higgs start. I like that. You know where I've been getting a lot of Waddle is the Eliminator. Low bye week, which is favorable for that contest. He's actually my number one owned receiver, which is crazy because he goes in the second round. He used to go in the third round to start that contest, though. That's the thing. 24.6%. That's crazy. Amari Cooper off the board. Yeah, that would have been a gift if he... Pacheco off. That would have been nice, too. Kirk off. Yeah, see, like, I can't go Christian Kirk before Lamar Jackson. Like, my body won't let me. That's why we're at 18% Lamar Jackson. And that's why we're going to be at 20% Lamar Jackson. Like, come on. I pick 47 with a 3 wide receiver start. Like, I'll take my chances, you know? I'll take my chances. Shit. Then give me one of Dak, Purdy, or even Staffy. Maybe this is the team we don't go Dak. Let me think this through. How many? I bet I have a lot of Lamar Dak stacks if I had to guess. No, I only have one. Okay, so I'm not opposed to doing that. I thought I would have a lot just based on ADP falling in line. Obviously, it won't be unique in a playoff format, but you're trying to ping pong weeks at that point. Mark Andrews. So no one's falling at ADP. I kind of want to just grab Rice here or Terry McLaurin. Let's go Terry. The only reason we would go Rice here, that's the thing. So like about 44% of the contest got Rice at 71 plus. Like, to go at 50 right now, where what if he does get suspended and then he falls? It'd feel bad to reach even, an extra 10 picks for no reason. Where other teams got him, over here with an extra 5th round pick. No Andrews. Yeah, we're dancing around the Andrews click right now, but we can leverage that pretty easily with a late likely. Can leverage it late and that's the thing. Like, what percent of teams are hitting the Lamar Andrews? Like, I like it. I'm gonna have Lamar Andrews stacks, but I'm not gonna do it every single time. And then what are you doing to leverage that take? So like grabbing likely, I think, is a great way to do that. And then what percent of Lamar teams are going to have Andrews? What percent of Lamar teams will have Terry? It's probably under 10%. Just because of the way ADP lines up. Literally almost just broke the mic or the bottle. Not sure which one. Rice goes off at 56. Hollywood Brown off at 55. Chip draft and balance with 3 receivers, 2 RBs. CJ Stroud at 59. Not messing around with that double stack. Can't say I blame him, especially with the badge list behind. He goes A-Rich. So far, I think everyone's staying in their lane. Jalen Hurts falls to the A.J. Brown team. Star brings up Mahomes at 41. Might be a little questionable. But gets Rice at 56. Does he also get Worthy at 65? Would be cool. Double RB start. Tough to also try to force this, bring up Mahomes and ADP, but we'll see. 60 BBM so far. I have 28% McLaurin. I can't stop drafting him. Houston Onslaught. Joe Mixon. He brings in the early triple. Dude, this guy might get the Mahomes double stack by doing this, which is pretty interesting. Let's see if he takes it. It's available. Who do we want to come back to us? 4 wide receivers, 1 QB. Houston pieces are basically all off the board except for Schultz. And if we want likely, I don't love doing that. Maybe we do bring in, I want to say I have a ton of Lamar with Najee, but I don't think I actually have a lot of. Okay, so we have 2 teams with Najee. How many do we have with Warren? We have none with Warren. Interesting. Quick checkup. He passes. He passes on Worthy, goes Seawat. Worthy goes at 67 to Chip. Oh, sick. Oh, so sick. So sick. Okay, we're going to get a wide receiver here. We could go 2 receivers and it would be nice to get a Philly piece. Let's go DeAndre Hopkins here first. Yeah, I'm just seeing like Philly piece would be a week 16 correlation with McLaurin. It would also be a week 17 with Dallas. One second. I'm going to change the setting on the fan here real quick. Let's I wouldn't mind booking Ladd as my wide receiver 6. Or do we do Jake Ferguson? We go for the double. We go for the double stack. Does that basically lock us in for Dak? It should. It's a 10-pick reach. I don't think it's even in this guy's player pool. It's too far off ADP. People aren't. They're not wired like this, bro. All right, we're gonna bring in the double stack. I think this could be interesting. I don't think a lot of teams are doing this, and I'll have to check. Like, where did Ferguson's ADP start for BBM, and then how quick did he rise? It's probably not the most common pairing to get him at 95, I would say. MKE in the house. What's up? I'll be right back. Why did you pick Lamar? Like what? Like why? Why wouldn't you click Lamar? I got a question for your question. I got a question for your question. The upside's too high with Lamar this season. It's too high. Like, imagine Mark Andrews staying healthy, and he doesn't even need him to stay healthy to have a really good season this year. That's the thing. But if he does, just his touchdown upside is gonna go skyrocket. On the way back around would be interesting. Obviously, Dak and a running back. That's gonna be the hope. I think mid 90 sounds about right. Yeah. I know this is definitely right for big board. Yeah. Ideal for our clicks on the way back around would basically be Warren on a 7-pick fall or 6-pick fall. Whatever, 7. And then no, we're just switching it up. We're just switching it up. We're gonna target likely at the end. We went Terry McLaurin here. I'm under 8% on him. Just making a little switch up here. Get away from the chalk, let's say. Get away from the chalk. Was feeling it in this one for some reason. But also by doing that, we go Jake Ferguson. I'm probably not doing this if we go Andrews. So having this double stack in Dallas with Lamar could be a little more on the unique side. I don't think a high percent of teams are going to go Mark Andrews and Jake Ferguson at tight end. Bowers off at 86. Go get your guys. We have a little bit of padding. We have Joe Burrow in front of us. A few badge lists to get through. 3 badge lists to get through. 4, counting this pick. DeAndre Swift. Yeah, the amount of the percent wise I see this, I probably want Andrews on 75% of those Lamar teams. I want it to be pretty high. But I also want to find ways to, okay, on those teams I don't go Andrews, how can I leverage Andrews not being the piece you need? Where I'm also off of Zay Flowers when I don't have Lamar. Zay Flowers is a tough click for me just because of how heavily his spike weeks are tied to Lamar spike weeks. So I go Zay Flowers. I want Lamar like 90, 10. 4 picks. The Dak click is looking good. Warren's still on the board. If we get both of these guys, we're going to feel really good. Warren's gone. He fell a decent amount too. He only fell 4 picks. Just saw purple. Dear God, do not. The last badgeless guy right before us. I should queue someone up. We should get ready to queue someone up besides Dak. Young Steve, 651. Push Dak. I don't think it be a man. There's no one here that it's worth pushing him for. Get the double stack, be a man. There we go. There's no one here worth pushing him for. Although if Mostert and Tony Pollard get double tapped, I will be sad. He goes Sutton. We're getting one of these guys. All right, we have a little San Fran mini with Mostert. It does feel good to get one Miami piece in every draft, just like the way it feels good to get at least one San Fran piece in every draft. Let's go Mostert here. We'll leverage the Tyreek Hill teams. We'll leverage the Achan, the Waddles. Push Dak for B-Rob and fall back on Daniels. No, I don't love it. When we bring up Jake Ferguson here, you get Dak when he's available at 95. You already like what's pushing him one pick do? It doesn't do anything. Literally doesn't do anything. Oh shit. Oh god. The crowd trying to get me to do dumb shit, and usually I'll listen. That's the crazy thing. Usually I'll listen. But there we draw the line. We draw the line. A 2-1-5-1. Different start for us, so going to be a little tougher to balance this one, but where we invested so heavy on receiver early, you know your boy's going to be good. You know his team's coming out just fine. We're going to go a late likely. We have to catch up at RB, but I was trying to think of a way to maybe mix in Goddard, but it's going to be too tough. And then having two tight ends like in the same game, week 17, as the bring back doesn't seem as good. Maybe we target a late Will Shipley, to be honest, for that week 17. That's a better target. Who's your guys' favorite click? Let me know in the chat. Bateman. You have to click between these two. Bateman or Devontae? Bateman or Tez? Bateman's been getting a little bit of steam right now. He caught like 4 balls in practice. I guess that's new for him. Bateman or Tez? Scott says Bateman. All right. 1 Bateman, 2 Tez. Not falling for the Bateman trap again. The wide receiver cliff, bro. The wide receiver cliff. This is good. Little 3 draft stream. Little catch up on my BBM shares. Draft 75, 76, and 77. Up in 7 picks. We got a couple options. Yeah, neither. It's probably just likely there, like for stacking at the end. How about should I have added Nelson Aguilar in there for an option? There it is. There it is. At the same time the comment drops, we are literally, minds are linked. Badgeless takes Goddard. Uh-oh. Someone's not happy. Sky is not happy. Sky is not happy. Ooh, tight end 2 as well. He had Pitts. Stir the pot. Just get the big wooden spoon out. Just keep stirring. Of course, and now because Goddard falls, the run at RB happens. We get fucked at the end. Eli says almost took Goff chip. Javante off the board as well. The boy's trying to punish me for this start, but you can't punish a dog. We're gonna survive this one. We plan on surviving this one. Months ago, I said, what is the difference between Zeke and Gus Edwards? They're officially about 4 picks apart, and Gus should be going behind Zeke. Still stand by it. Come on, young Steve. Do what you must. Do what you must. Do we just go fucking Nick Chubb here? RB2? Feels bad. Feels bad. However, Zeke would provide a little bit of padding for a Nick Chubb click. Fuck it. Fuck it. What percent are we at? We're at 5%. I'm okay with Zeke or Sharps here, so. All right, we'll add in a little bit of early season padding for the Nick Chubb click. But this is not the RB room I planned on having in this draft. He's also correlated, so I'm fine with the Zeke click here. This is the team of vets. Holy shit. Chubb and Dowdle. Not a big Dowdle guy. I need someone to sell me on Dowdle. Yeah, Gus is a disgusting click. His upside's like 18 points. He needs like 2 touchdowns to get there. Starting to buy into positive J.K. Dobbins FUD. Yeah, it's the Achilles is tough though. Like history of RBs returning from an Achilles injury and finding success, especially in their first year, is very slim. Very slim. Zeke has no juice. He doesn't need juice when you're on the goal line and you have a top 5-0 line. And Dallas plans on being in the red zone early and often. He's also going to be out there on pass pro. Like, whether you like it or not, Zeke's going to be on the field. Probably a good amount. Probably a good amount. What are we at for percent? We're at 11%. This probably brings us up to 12 or 13. I don't want to be above, probably in that 12% range is fine for me for Zeke. I don't see him as like the upside click, but Nick Chubb, however, again, we're dreaming. We're dreaming if we think Nick Chubb can return to where he was last year. Pre-injury. He even said it himself. Like, he's still working on getting back to the person that, he was in the training room this time last year. He's behind that, and he wasn't happy. So, we'll see. This is just an end-of-season upside click. We're strong at receiver, so we're allowed to detour away from receiver for a while. However, after these 2 picks, receiver falls off a shit ton. So, like, going receiver at 167, like, you're praying to the gods that, like, Wandell's there. Chubb is built different. I have faith. He's such an easy player to root for. Eckler, I'll take him when he falls to, like, the 140s. Here he goes at 136. I don't think this is, not my favorite team for Eckler, but if I'm using Eckler to pad like Jonathan Brooks, like players I think that could start slow or maybe a 0 RB team, I'm good with the click, but he looked pretty dust last year. This is the best comment in, yeah. Yes. Aren't you worried that your entire RB room could retire mid-season? It's the best. This is where we bring in Ty Chandler. This is just going to set us up for upside clicks late, though. So I'm not really worried about it. I will be sad if we don't get Ty Chandler here. Like, extremely sad. And we're on the way to the recovery, my friends. We're feeling good about it. Let's see. Let's see. What do we want to do? I don't mind bringing Ray Davis up to this spot as well. This is go get your guy season right now. This is officially go get your guy season. $21 picks before ADP, but I don't think he's coming back to me. So let's do it now. And then getting 3 players in this range is fine. Because that's basically what it is. Like, we're taking someone that goes in the next round. But there's also other guys in that spot that I don't mind taking. So we'll see if one falls to us. Yeah, he's going to get very little. He's going to be basically change of pace type guy. Maybe out there every 3. Like, it's not going to be a lot. 15, 20% workload is basically what I think he's being projected for. Arthur Smith gave him quite a bit of run as the backup. I don't think you're going to see that. But the upside he provides is just being the handcuff to Bijan on what should be a pretty run-heavy team, and he's the clear number 2. It's not like if there's an injury, like there's going to be some massive running back by committee, like 50-50 split, or like the team's not going to run. Like, it's actually proven that he can find success on the ground as a starter. So he's worth the ADP. He is. I think he's fun on like Brees teams, on CMC teams. And if you do have Bijan go down, now you have CMC plus Algier starting for that team. Just could make for a very strong combo. Done it, QB. RB will probably tack on one more running back to this room just because of, the amount of dust we got. Like Zeke, like again, like we're looking at half-point PPR scoring. We got some guys that are goal line backs. It's not the worst thing in the world. Could tell a story. We're also ahead on receivers. We could stop at 6, but we'll probably end up with 7. And then 3 tight ends. 2, 6, 7, 3. 2, 6, 7, 3. It's what's going to look the best. It's what's going to work the best for the specific team. And again, trying to balance out what's going to be best for advancing. That's the most important, is advancing your team to the playoffs and then giving it as much upside in the playoffs. We're not going to end up with a ton of bringbacks off our stacks in this one. With the triple stack in Dallas, which is nice. If we get a late Will Shipley, that could be fun, but could be fun. Chuba off the board at 162. Nice pick by Sky. Gino off the board at 163. He's been consistently rising. Dude, 3% off. I need to get my numbers up. Luckily, there's plenty of time. Two picks. Do we get him? I think we do. I think he's ours. Young Steve. And I guess what's the upside to that click specifically? Weighing. Like Gibson falls back to us. One of these probably has to be likely, I would think. And one should probably be one of Fant or... Let's go McMillan. We're going to go likely here. Just lean on the stack. We're still going to bring in a third tight end, probably. I can't say. There's too many pounders in here. We'll bring in a third tight end with this room. This is the go get your guys draft. Don't be scared. The closing line value is going to be in the minus 100 on this draft, but it's going to end up a balanced team and correlated, so I'm cool with it. All right, I have one RB in mind for our 6th RB. I don't yet have another receiver in mind. I don't want it to be Tolbert. Jalen McMillan ends up being a week 16 mini or a bring back for the Dallas stack. Noah Brown bring back for the... He's actually been having decent days at camp. It's just so crowded. It's so crowded in Houston. The ultimate leverage play. John Mechie's going to be playing freaking special teams. Oh, God. Khalil Herbert goes off at 173. I was thinking Gibson originally when we reach on Ray Davis here at 146, I was thinking Gibson for my next click, but like, what does Gibson really do for my specific running back room? Mostert, Chubb, Elliott, Chandler, Ray Davis, and Gibson. Like, Gibson doesn't do a lot for this specific room as like a floor play. We have plenty of floor with some older guys, so like that's why we end up reaching 20 picks on Ray Davis. That's why I think I want to bring in another rookie on this specific room. We can afford to miss and still be fine, but if we hit, we'll make this room very strong. And then Lamb, Ayuk, Cup, McLaurin, D-Hop's very strong. We bring in McMillan. I think one more receiver. This room's good. One more tight end. Demarcus Robinson off at 178. Finally, a more reasonable price. Like, geez. What's the difference between Demarcus Robinson and Tyler Boyd? Besides, like, obvious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The upside is with an injury to one of Puka or Cup. Obviously, your odds would say it's Cup. But even if Tyler Boyd, if there was an injury to D-Hop or Ridley, two older receivers, you'd get a similar rise. I don't know if I get beat by like round 15 Demarcus Robinson, I'll eat it. But like I also think he's better in eliminator. He's just like one of those players that he's like a floor play in my opinion. And he's being drafted as like a handcuff floor play wide receiver. It's like a mix. It's I don't know. It seems gross. Is there any data on closing line value for the past bro? The previous winner had a like minus 160 team, which is funny. Pepitone said, I love the likely pick this year. He's getting a lot of hype from the team, think he is carving out a standalone role. Ravens are going to be highly funneled. Likely is a better pick than Bateman or Tez. I agree that he's a better pick than Bateman or Tez. But like the year you're off Bateman's gonna be the year he like hits the slant to the house like 3 times. Okay, I think we played this good. I think we played this good with the running backs. We have a couple rookies that pop back to us. We could go Shipley for the week 17. But I'm actually going to go Jaceki first. Right? There's no receiver here that we want or need. I kind of want fucking Tez. Shit. Let's go Tez first. Let's get the double stack. It's cheap. We got 2 rookies. If they miss, we could still be fine with these 5. He goes Estime. Now do we go the running back in Braylon Allen? Or do we try to push Shipley till the end of the draft? Mostert, Chubb, Elliott, Chandler, Ray Davis. Let's go Jaceki. We'll risk it. Risk it for the biscuit. Worst case, we could bring in someone fun like... There's not a whole lot of fun options. Tyrone Tracy's someone that I just can't click. Maybe I should be adding him back into the player pool. But right now, is there a Tracy truther in the chat that can sell me on the Tracy click? Because right now I just have him outside the top 216. If we don't go Jaceki here, if we don't go tight end, my worry is it comes back to us and like Colby, Juwan Johnson, Sanders are off the board. If I could guarantee one of those 3 come back to me, or Jaceki even, I'm locking up my 6th running back here. But even then, I think you can risk it for the biscuit with this room anyways. Noah Brown, bring back. Yeah, it's not the worst thing. We leverage some elite pieces for sure, but we're going to stop here at 7 receivers with Lamb, Ayuk, Cup, McLaurin, Hopkins, McMillan, and Tez. Damn. A lot of hate on the Singletaries. Dude, like, I don't think you guys understand how, like, raw Tyrone Tracy is as a running back, though. Fucking raw, boys. Raw. There was some positive news with Tracy. It's just I don't want the change of pace guy on a team that's probably going to be playing from behind a lot, and Gonna have problems at O-line. Motor's been efficient enough. And they went out and targeted him. So it's not like he was already on the team and then you have, new staff coming in. You don't know how they feel about the RBs not being tied to any one of them, but they went out, in this crew, they targeted Singletary. So that at least eases my mind a little bit. A little bit. Eric Gray was a fun click in the big board. Like, who says no? I think people count out Eric Gray a little too quick. Chip with the 2.582. Strong at RBs. Got 4 RBs by Javonte. Looking thick. Henry and Fant. Fun pairing. A little lighter on tight end. Goff and Smith. This could be a QB or tight end. Wonder if he has correlation with New England or Carolina. Oh, yeah, he's got Polk. I think that's an easy Drake May click. He's got Polk and Henry. Yeah, that's... Nice setup there, dude. Super nice setup. I like Braylon Allen. He's like a fucking bowling ball. I like Bray Allen coming out of college, so the landing spot, the workload is a little shaky, unknown, but don't let Will Shipley get all the way to pick 213 and not come back to us. Come on. We got him. All right, so I'm happy we ended up going Gesicki. It worked out. We do get Will Shipley, bring back, stack, rookie, add some upside, send it. End up with a pretty fun team. Leaning into maybe one of these rookies hitting at receiver would definitely add a bonus to it. But 5 wide receiver start, basically. 3 wide receivers, detour to QB, receiver. All right. Lamar Jackson and Dak, Mostert, Chubb, Elliott, Chandler, Ray Davis, and Will Shipley. Lamb, Ayuk, Kupp, McLaurin, D-Hop, McMillan, Walker, Jake Ferguson, Likely, and Gesicki. It seems like a really good advance rate team, in my opinion. Very strong at QB. Running backs is a hot mess, but that's how I want my room to look. I want it to be kind of ugly, which is potential. I think it's fun. In the Ty Chandler whole thing. It's an interesting room. It definitely is. It's tough to sell, but it's not tough to love. Lamb, Ayuk, Kupp, McLaurin. Yeah, I'm happy with this one. Especially having a few pounders in here. Let's cover some of these teams. I'm losing my voice, but we're gonna make it through. I don't know how we're gonna do this 24-hour live stream. I'm gonna need honey. But we're also getting over the daycare variant of the week. Today was the last day. Sweated it out on the golf course. Chip in the 6th spot. And guys, remind me where you drafted from. I think I have everyone down, but just remind me. Goff, Smith, and May is a fun pairing. He gets May 20 picks after ADP double stacked. Like, luck box. JT, Jacobs, Brooks, Javonte, and Braylon Allen's a great group. Amon-Ra, DJ Moore, Cooper. Gets a little fall on Worthy and Coop, so he had the spoons out early. Keon Coleman, Lockett, Polk, and Troy Franklin. A lot of rookies here. 4 rookies. But 8 receivers is nice. Henry and Fant, so leaning into these two, fine. Skyline at 7. We have Perilla. Okay. Skyline with Hurts, Levis, and Darnold. The Darnold duck click here is interesting. Henry, Kamara, Spears, Wright, Chuba, and Bucky. And I think by saying interesting, that's being kind. AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Brown, another Brown, Hollywood, O'Dunes, Addison, Shaheed Boyd. AJ Brown, Waddle, Hollywood Brown, O'Dunes, wide receiver 5, Addison, Shaheed, and Boyd. Schultz and Pat Fry. I'm cool with that combo. Cool with the RBs. Although 3 RBs by Spears, 4, 5. Probably ends up being a luxury pick. Yeah, the Sam Darnold click for me is a receiver. And I really like the team. Nice job. Nice job. Perilla at 9. Love and Purdy. I like the combo. And he gets Love to fall. Like, Love's been rising because of the contract news. Little bonus. Brees Hall, Aaron Jones, Sharbs, Eckler, Elijah Mitchell, and Pierce. I'm okay with 6 here. He goes Brees Hall, doesn't select another RB till Aaron Jones, and then goes Charbonnet at 129. So, like, the capital distribution's actually pretty nice. Debo, Diggs, Reed, Ridley, J-Mo, Mooney, Ricky, and Slayton. Laporte and John is a fun pairing. Got a shit ton of bringbacks, which is nice. Jonnu Smith ends up being a bringback in this Week 16 game against San Fran. Laporta in the Week 17 game against San Fran. Has the Ricky Pearsall, Debo, Elijah Mitchell, Purdy stack. Jordan Love, he has the Week 17 bringback. Revenge game in a dome. Aaron Jones against Green Bay. With Jaden Reed. Nice. Well done. Looks well balanced. Should be good for playoffs as well as advance rates. And Oguzzi. CJ Stroud and Staffy. Oh, this is the triple, or at least it might be more than a triple stack. Joe Mixon, B-Rob, Benson, Week 17 bring back. Ford, Roshan, and Rasheen Ali. Puka, Nico, Zay Flowers, Tank Dell, Curtis Samuel, Mike Williams, Michael Wilson, and Malik Washington. 8 receivers. Bowers and Conklin's a great pairing. Gets Conklin to fall to 182. Couldn't be me. Yeah, I like this group. Sort of grab a floor piece here, but then you have Spike Week guy, unknown, maybe injured to start the season, but could provide good role in the red zone. Malik Washington, another fun little click at the end of drafts. Super stacked Houston has the bring back Week 17 with Zay Flowers. He's got the Puka Nakua stack. Bring backs for that. Week 16, Week 17. Really, really, really well done. Well done. Looks great. If you guys are interested in what you're seeing on the screen, bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders. All caps are 33% off. Less than 1 BBM. With draft season heating up, coming to a close, make sure your player takes match what you want to see. And one of those ways is in graphs on the website. Let me throw up the graphs real quick for a little demo. Being able to actually change what tournament you see too. So I want to see just BBM Week 17. It's going to show me my playoff stacks in those games Week 17 that I'm actually targeting in my portfolio. You can look up your exposures, but you can't dive into where your game stacks are. And this provides a nice little graph. Like Bestball Josh did this. Just beautiful work. So give the link a shout. Check it out if you guys are interested. I appreciate you catching tonight's draft with me. 3 drafts. We have to do a few a day. We now officially have to catch up. Drafting around news feels like a good thing. We're grabbing little edges here and there, and that's all you can ask for. So thanks for joining me. If you guys enjoyed the stream on the way out, hit the like. If you're not already subscribed, do the thing. And we're doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you on the next one. Pounders.